Hey everybody, this is Michael Padone at SalesBuzz.com. And last week I ran a poll that said a very simple sales question. It says, should you ask permission to continue the sales call after your opening value statement? For those of you who do not know what your opening value statement is, your opening value statement is the 5 to 15 seconds after you say, hello, my name is. So with that being said, when I asked this question, I knew I was going to get a lot of responses, very strong opinionated responses on one side of the track or the other. We're over 170 votes, over 4,000 views of this thing. Right now, I think you'd be surprised at what the results are. I'll show them to you in a second. But here's the thing. Again, the question is, should you ask permission to continue the sales call after your opening value statement? Every single sales training program I've ever been to in my life, and I've been a straight commission sales rep from day one over the last 30 years or so, all of them tell you to stay tight control and take control of the prospect right away, never give them an out. Here's the problem with that. When you go ahead and you do an introduction and then you were taught to quickly ask them a question to try to take control, where is their guard? Where is your prospect's guard? Is it up or down? 99% of the time, their guard is still going to be up. Sure, they might answer your question, but it's going to be with some resistance. And it's going to be like pulling a mule uphill, right? That's where you get those short one-word answers. They're answering, but their guard is up. And when you're doing that, you're getting some resistance in there. There's a much simpler way. The formula for success here is if you want to have their guard down and their ear up, you have to do two things. And the first thing is, after you say, hello, my name is, the very next sentence out of your mouth has to pique their interest. You have to do that by agitating a pain or scratching an itch of a problem that they would have to have anyway in order for them to be interested in whatever your solution is. Does that make sense? So as long as you come at them straight up cold call, they pick up the phone, hi, this is your name, your company name. The reason for my call is, and then you, within that next 5 to 10 seconds, you agitate a pain or scratch an itch. What you do next, that's the first thing. You got to pique their interest. The second thing you do is you simply go, and if I caught you at a good time, I'd like to ask you a few questions just to see if what we have to offer may be of some help to you. Would that be okay? Now, when you've done your pre-call research, and pre-call research just takes seconds, not minutes or hours, okay? But when I mean by pre-call research, when you have a list of prospects that you know match your ICP, your ideal customer profile, they have the right industry, right location, right company size, et cetera, just the basics. They have the right title. You don't want to assume they're a decision maker based on their title, but you should know who the top 2 or 3 titles are that you could always at least start a conversation with to get. And then once you get the conversation going, get them engaged, you can later on pepper in the qualifying question on their role to really find out what their process is there. With that being said, when you have a list that matches your ICP, you can quickly call them. Go, hi, this is so-and-so with XYZ. The reason for my call, hit the pain point, and then go, and if I caught you at a good time, I'd like to ask you a few questions just to see if what we have to offer might be some help to you. Would that be okay? You go from where most of your cold calls that are failing, where you mostly hear, no thanks, not interested, we're all set, we have somebody that does that. It's because you're over-explaining what you're doing in the beginning, and they're making a snap decision. But when you call and you quickly agitate the pain, you don't over-explain one sentence, you agitate the pain, scratches, and you go, and if I caught you at a good time, I'd like to ask you a few questions just to see if what we have to offer might be of some help to you. Would that be okay? You're going to get like 90% yeses. That's how powerful this is. And how do I know? Been doing it for 30 years. This is not a new sales technique. I've been doing this for so long, selling by phone. It's one of the reasons why I can still do it today. Most people get burnt out selling by phone. It's one of the reasons why I can still successfully sell as a straight commission sales rep by using this one simple technique to get the conversation started. I hope this helps. Oh, by the way, here are the results so far. Look at this. View results. Only 44% right now said, yes, you should ask that question. More than half of your sales team is doing it wrong, and that's why they're getting burnt out. Keep that in mind.